Hey, this is Jacob,
Justin,
Jake,
and Matt.
and we are the Super Terrific Dudes, and welcome to the STD Podcast. This episode is sponsored by condoms. Seriously, more people need to wear them.
Today we will be discussing video games, movies, and upcoming entertainment. Justin, would you like to start us off with your favorite video game?
my favorite video game, that's a difficult one. But I really have to go with the Mortal Kombat series. I don't have a really favorite game out of that series, but if I really had to choose one, it would probably be Mortal Kombat 3. That's where they introduced like Molina. They introduced a whole bunch of characters like Reptile and stuff like that, and I just love that. It's a really great series. And I still play it today.
I'd probably go with either Witcher 3 or the Dark Souls series. I really like the fact that Witcher 3 is it's like a AAA game that doesn't rely on microtransactions anymore, and it has tons of really fun content in it, and yeah, it's just overall a really good game.
I would have to say that my favorite game series would probably be the Zelda series, more specifically either Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, because those two to me are interchangeable. Like, they're both such a good game, I can't really put one above the other. And then I would also say Mario Kart, because I love couch co-ops, and I feel like there's not enough couch co-ops anymore for video gamers, because I just enjoy like having some buddies over and being able to casually play a game, as opposed to taking it so seriously that I need to invest like 12 hours into a game to have like any like measurable level of success. Whereas like with Mario, it's kind of like plug it in, play, have, relax with your friends, but don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, I miss those days too. Like, I remember playing GoldenEye with my buddies, and we just played so many GoldenEye.
Nintendo, I feel, just always has the best like couch co-ops. So I'm a huge Nintendo fan.
I'd say my favorite video game franchise is Fallout, because the game doesn't really tell you what to do. You can kind of just roam around and do what you feel is right or fun. So I think all those games are fun, but if I had to choose, I'd say Fallout New Vegas, because it has the coolest map and most variety and most fun things to do, I guess. Overall, it's just a really cool sandbox franchise.
Oh yeah,
I bet sandbox games are making a huge comeback this year.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
New Zelda, the new Mario. There's a rumor to be a new Pokemon. That'll be for the Switch. That would be a open world sort of aspects. So that'd be kind of different.
Yeah. Always like Assassin's Creed games are always like open worlds and stuff like that. So that's something really cool though. I like open worlds.
Well, yeah,
right,
just
for sure.
It gives you just more like more feeling, like more. I feel more invested into a game if it's open world, because you feel like you're making a difference, as opposed to walking through a set story of here's this cutscene, now play this little battle. Here's this cutscene. It's like,
yeah, it's not just A to B. There's actual freedom for the player.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna go this way and not do that mission until way later.
Yeah.
Or like it's having that actual control.
Like when I play Grand Theft Auto, I don't play the story. I just like go randomly kill people and just shoot up stuff. That's all I do in Grand Theft Auto.
Speaking of shooting up stuff, don't forget about our sponsor, condoms. You should wear one. And we're going to talk about movies now. So, starting off going around the circle, what is everyone's favorite movies that they've...
Of this year?
Of this year, or we can do of all time. Open to interpretation.
I'll go with all time. I think one of my favorite movies of all time is probably Fight Club, which is a typical answer, but
you already broke the rule, man.
If I could rewatch one movie, if I could say erase it from my mind and then rewatch a movie,
first time,
Fight Club would be probably the one that I would want to erase and then rewatch.
It's one of those where it just throws you for a loop. Like you're just engaged the entire movie, and then you're just not expecting that.
He's actually it's all been in his head.
That beautiful
Spoiler
ending.
alert! If you haven't seen this old movie,
I actually haven't seen it.
Oh man!
Oh shit!
Well, disregard what I just said. It totally doesn't go on in his head. It's totally real.
Moving on, who else has a favorite movie they'd like to share?
I don't have a favorite movie because it's a really hard to pick a movie, which is my favorite, but one of my favorites has always been The Dark Knight. It's like the best superhero movie in my opinion. It takes itself really seriously, and it's this over bloated cartoon, which I really love it. And I love the director, Christopher Nolan, who did Dunkirk this year. It was a fantastic movie. But yeah, Dark Knight, I always go back to it every couple of months, and always maybe watch it. I might not watch the whole movie, but I'll watch bits and pieces of it. So I always can go back to that movie.
Oh yeah, Keith Ledger's performance in that was his Joker was the best.
Have you seen that documentary that came out recently about
Yeah.
Heath Ledger?
That was intense.
It's really sad. No,
I missed it.
it came out this year. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or last 2017. But
Yeah.
It was,
came out on HBO or something like that. Yeah,
it was about his life, and like they go into behind the scenes with the Joker and stuff, and it's pretty deep. It's really crazy about what he did to get into the role.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Well, he's a method actor, right? So like.
Yeah, he locked himself inside a hotel for like 6 weeks, and then just like went crazy.
Yeah, and they found like the journal or whatever that was like
it was like a bunch of like
covered in like
schizophrenic notes.
And had dead like babies on it or something like that.
Yeah,
too,
like
drawings
psychotic
and
stuff to get into character.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he took it real seriously. It's pretty cool.
My favorite, or one of my favorite movies of all time would probably be go with Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. More recent one, I really like Dunkirk. I was pretty sure that my favorite movie of 2017 was going to be The Last Jedi, but I ended up finding that kind of a letdown. So I'm going with Dunkirk for that one.
Yeah. Love Dunkirk.
Yeah.
I would say I don't know. There's too many movies that I know that I would want to choose. Like when I was a kid, my favorite movie of all time was the Disney's Hercules, the one that was like all animated.
Oh man,
that movie.
I didn't see it.
Oh man, that was my whole life when I was a kid. But more recently, I would say the best new movie that I've seen, probably Thor. I really liked the new Thor. I thought it was funny, but also had a good amount of like action, and it didn't take itself too seriously. Like I feel like a lot of the superhero franchises they're like, this is the world's most serious topic, and we're all be super strict about it. But it's like, it's a superhero movie, man. Just have fun, like explosions, jokes.
I think people are kind of tired of those dark superhero movies. I don't know. I like Logan though, but people are kind of tired.
I liked Logan more for like Logan had its own story though. It didn't have it wasn't like a superhero movie that just happened to be like have a story. It just had its own story and happened to be a superhero movie.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas something like Suicide Squad was just overhyped, giant budget piece of garbage.
Yeah,
flaming shit. Yeah, pretty much.
The problem with superhero movies today is like they're setting up for the next movie, and they don't want to take. They're not actual movies. They're just cartoons. That's the problem with the superhero movies today. But I think Marvel has kind of become like this big company that does good movies. Like,
well, they were almost bankrupt for a little while there.
Yeah.
Like before Iron Man came out, they were on the verge of like shutting everything down. So I think that's a lot of the reason why they put all this stock into all these new superhero movies, because without them, they would be like non-existent.
Yeah, the toys can't really help. Yeah, comics aren't even a thing anymore. They're almost obsolete.
Like no one really gets like the hardcover comics anymore.
Oh yeah, it's collectors that do. So it's third.
Yeah, and toys only sell so much. It can only sell so many action figures.
Yeah.
Whereas like,
yeah, I think my least favorite movie though of the year would have to be Kong Skull Island. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but
oh yeah, I saw that in theaters.
I'm not gonna say I downloaded it illegally, but let's just say it.
You watched it online.
I watched it at a non-theater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just really hated that movie. It was overblown action movie and with no characters and not a really good story.
You know what does look good? and this is gonna get a mixed reaction, but the Jumanji. You guys see the new Jumanji?
I actually saw it.
I've heard good things, but I haven't seen it. No.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
it's
came
out?
Yeah, it came out like a couple weeks ago, like a week after Star Wars.
I haven't seen it yet, but it looks funny.
It is quite funny, but it's not my favorite movie. But
It's like a fun movie, sort of
It
thing.
is a
It's
fun
not,
movie,
like,
yeah.
taken seriously, sort of.
It's a fun movie. It won't win any Oscars, but yeah, I'd recommend seeing it.
Alrighty, thanks for listening. We are the STD Podcast. Make sure you check us out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check out that link in the description to get our newest merch shirt. STDs for life, boys.